Yes, actually there's a lot, especially in my year. A lot of Spanish people came, so it kind of feels like home. But I know that even Spanish people are really open and talkative and friendly. They want to be in their communities. Even they sometimes might seem cold, they are like Slovak people, really helpful. Also, I feel safe here. I usually just go to Spain, but I remember once I was in Japan and I contacted my Japanese friend and she was about to meet with me.
So what can a student expect to do in Kosice?
So the first is a lot of party. Slovakia, I would say, is a hidden gem of the nature, like the Tatras, a lot of mountains and stuff. So for a student life, it's a really nice city. Hello, my name is Judith. I'm 21 years old and I'm studying medicine here in UPJS in Kosice, Slovakia. And today I will be the guest of the MedHead podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much, Judith, for accepting this invitation. Can you please tell what do you study in Kosice and how did you get here?
So I'm studying medicine. I'm currently in 4th year. And I came here to study in English because in Spain there's not many possibilities to study in English. Plus also it's really hard to get into medicine. So there were some agencies and they gave me the opportunity to find places where to study medicine abroad. And in my case, I contacted this agency quite late. So, for example, Kosice was available and also Poland. So I did the entrance exam and I came here.
Yeah, so did you consider only studying abroad, or like you also were thinking like maybe to study in Spanish or closer to Spain?
So I tried to get into Spain, but it was either so expensive or in the public side really hard to get in. So I chose to study abroad just in case to have a safe option. And then I got admitted and I just came here.
Yeah. So are there many Spanish students? Like, so now we sit in Kosice, which is like second biggest city of Slovakia. So are there many Spanish students studying here medicine or dentistry? How does it look?
Yes, actually there's a lot, especially in my year. A lot of Spanish people came, so it kind of feels like home. Yeah.
Yeah, so what motivates them to come here? Like you said, like there are not many places in Spain, so is this the main reason, or maybe the university here has good reputation, or?
Yes, so basically, as I said, it's quite hard to get into medicine. So as a last option, everyone thinks about going abroad, and then you get accepted and you accept it. And this university is one of the most popular ones that the agencies tell to us. And yeah, once we are here, we just stay here. Not many students go back to Spain, even though maybe after they would want to, but we stay here the 6 years.
Ah, okay. You mean like you study here, like you don't transfer during the studies, but like you finish your all the studies. Okay, that sounds really interesting. Do you still remember like the application process for the university here? Like you need to write the entrance exam from the multiple choice questions. Do you still remember how was it? Like, was it difficult to prepare? How did you prepare? Like, how much time did you spend with that? So what would be the suggestion, like how to prepare for the exam?
So in my case, it was a multiple choice exam, two, one of chemistry and one biology, but it was multiple options of answers, like it could be 2 correct, either 3 or 4. The level, from the level we had in Spain, it was not so hard, but we had to study. And yeah, I would say with a good preparation and a good base, it's achievable, and most of the students who did the application did pass and we got into.
Yeah, so if you, for example, compare the level of the entrance exam and its questions with the level of questions or of the level of biology, chemistry in high school in Spain, so how is it if you compare it?
So I would say that in the case of Spain, it was achievable, because in the specific subjects like maths, chemistry or biology, I would say that we have a really good base. But for example, we lack in other subjects such as English. But yeah, from this point of view, just biology and chemistry, I think that our base is more than enough.
Yeah, so when we maybe speak about this transition, because you said like maybe English is like not that well taught in the Spanish high school. So how difficult is it, for example, to get used to coming from like Spanish environment, like being with your family, friends, then coming abroad where you maybe know few people, and you're like suddenly in group with many people from different countries. So how was this transition in your case?
So in my case, it was not easy, but I really like foreigner people and all that stuff. So I took it also as a chance to improve my English and feel more confident. But I know that even Spanish people are really open and talkative and friendly. They want to be in their community, so with other Spanish people, so maybe it's harder. Actually, there's like this stereotype that Spanish people don't really talk in English and they are always between them and not communicating with other people. But in my case, it was also quite difficult at first, because I thought that here in Slovakia more people were going to speak in English. But at the end I got used to it and I try.
Okay, was some English certificate needed to apply for this university, or you can apply even without like language certificate?
Yeah, I think you can apply without, or maybe you need B1, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, no problem. So we also discussed this before the recording. So you said like when you came to Slovakia, you could see that the mentality of people, or maybe how people deal with each other in Spain and in Slovakia is different. So can you maybe tell what is your feeling about this? Like how are different Slovaks and Spaniards?
So at first, as a Spanish, everyone there is so friendly, so talkative, everyone talks to each other no matter what. So when I first came here, it was my first impression of a Slavic country, and for me it was completely different type of people. But also because I'm a foreigner, so I don't talk, and sometimes it's like a barrier. But I would say that even they sometimes might seem cold, they are like Slovak people, really helpful. Also, I feel safe here, and if you get into them, finally they are really, really nice, and I like being here so much.
Yeah, so like do you like maybe have some meetings with the Slovak students also, or do you mostly stay with the Spanish community in Kosice?
So in my case, because I'm in the international part of studies, I usually get just with Spanish people or from other countries, not from Slovakia directly. But in my daily life, I met many Slovaks, and yeah, it's really nice to be with them too.
I see. When you have study groups at the university, are you able to decide like who will be your classmates, or like in your study group there are like students from different countries, or how does it work?
In my case, when we did the enrollment, because we were a lot of Spanish, the university was open a day just for enrolling Spanish people, and we were allowed to more or less know with which Spanish we were going to be. We were going by groups, but then at the end, people from other countries came to our group, so I just ended up being with Japanese people, Israeli people, and my group was like with a lot of people from different countries.
I see. So I think this is like big advantage also, no? Like to be open to other cultures and to other students. So like do maybe then during the summer with your classmates, do you also like visit each other in different countries, or do you usually go for the summer holiday to Spain and you just relax from the exams?
Yes, I usually just go to Spain, but I remember once I was in Japan and I contacted my Japanese friend, and she was about to meet with me, but we couldn't at the end. But I just want to go back and be with my family, and yeah.
Okay, so how does it look maybe with some practical lessons? from which year do they start, and do you need to speak some local language to attend this practical, I don't know, visiting of hospitals or clinics, speaking to patients? Is it usual in this university?
Here in Kosice?
Yes.
We need a base of Slovak. So at first it's hard, but that's the thing. We have many Polish people, which is easier for them.
Yeah.
And I would say that for hospital communication, this university provides us 2 years of Slovak, and we have a nice base.
So is Slovak language very difficult?
I mean, a bit, but we need the basics, and it's not that bad.
Yeah. But I heard many stories how the study groups, they want to have at least like one Polish person in the group, because like the language for them is very similar, but it's definitely easier to manage with the Polish people as well. Yeah, as you said, like you are already in Kosice for 4 years. So can you maybe tell? It's quite like famous student city, because there are like 4 universities, 3 public, 3 of them are public. So what can a student expect to do in Kosice?
So the first is a lot of party.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially there's like people from the inside of the university, and they know more or less when we are more or less busy with exams. But then at the other side, besides from that, there's a lot of gyms, a lot of nice weather, a lot of parks. It's so easy if you don't have anything to do on a weekend, you can go to High Tatras. And also Slovakia, I would say, is a hidden gem of the nature, like the Tatras, a lot of mountains and stuff. And then the basics like gym, good food. So for a student life, it's a really nice city to be here.
Do you need, for example, car or taxi when going in the city, or you can manage to go everywhere by bus, or you?
Yeah, it's really easy. Even I like to walk, and everything is like quite close. And also for the women, it's really safe. So yeah, just take the tram or the bus, or if it's nice weather like in summer, I just go by walk to the center maybe.
Yeah, so if you would maybe do one final mark to the future applicants for this specific university, it can be about like preparation for the exam, or about like what's to expect in Slovakia, what would it be?
So for the preparation to the access exam, if it's the multiple choice type of exam, just a little bit of the basics, chemistry, biology, remember important words, important keywords. Don't be nervous, because it's not that bad as it seems. And then in general for Slovakia, I totally recommended it, even to some Spanish friends that are wanting to study here or trying to look for options. I truly recommend this university and this city. And yeah, just as a medical student, be organized and study a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Judith, for this interview. I hope that you got answers to some questions which you might have about applying or studying medicine or dentistry in Slovakia. We will see each other in the next video, and please, if you have any question, make sure to write it in the comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.